October 20th, 2020 is actually a memorable date in the heart of every single Nigerian. Or should I put it this way, it's actually a date that Nigerians will not forget in the long run, because NSAS protests actually left a footprint in the heart of every single Nigerian. And yet again, another protest is looming up. Come 1st of August, most Nigerians are saying, 1st of August to 10th of August, Nigerians are planning a huge protest regarding bad governance. That's what we'll be talking about today, and also we'll be addressing the rebellions regarding our senators calling out on the presidency that the presidency have actually taken over decisions when it comes to matters of the nation, that they no longer have a say. This is the CIA corner here on TAF TV. Like you know, we make commentaries regarding headlines that are making rounds on a newspaper. Eyo Kame is my name. Do well to stay tuned. Alright, so welcome back from that very quick break. Now, firstly, just like I said before we went on that break, we'll be addressing the mass protest that is actually coming out, that is currently looming in the hearts of Nigerians. If you're on social media, you can actually see that Nigerians have actually set a date already to protest about bad governance and the hunger in the land. And they said come August 1st to 10th, they'll be hitting the streets. Now, there's a very common law in physics, the law of elasticity. It states that when an elastic limit is being exceeded in an elastic material, the extension or compression is directly proportional to the applied force. Now, I know you've been wondering why I actually brought down this law, but it will interest you to know that Nigerians are actually reacting to the extension and compression by the force applied by our federal government. Now, the issue of protest, just like what we had, a very remarkable date in the heart of Nigerians, October 20th, 2020, where we had the NSAS protest. Though it was a peaceful protest that actually started on our social media, now Nigerians were reacting to bad governance at first. But all of a sudden, we started seeing videos of police brutality, in quotes. That is the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, a special unit of our Nigerian police force. We started seeing videos of SARS harassing our youth, and these videos actually went viral. All of a sudden, our Nigerian youth actually hit to the streets, calling on federal government to disband this particular unit, which brought about the NSAS protest that we had 2020. A very remarkable date, October 20th, 2020. Just like I said, it has left a footprint in the heart of every single Nigerian. It actually went brutal because some persons actually hijacked that peaceful protest at first. You know, it was initially a peaceful protest, but all of a sudden, this is Nigeria. A very little thing that started, a very little smoke that actually started, became a wildfire and ended lives of very remarkable and promising youth in our dearest nation, Nigeria. It is quite funny because yet another protest is looming up, and we are hoping and praying that it shouldn't end up just like what we had October 20th, 2020. Because just like what they are planning now, August 1st, just like what most Nigerians are saying, August 1st to August 10th, they are hitting the street regarding the hunger in the land and bad governance. Now they are planning a peaceful protest. We are also advising, we know that there are a lot of bodies actually backing this particular protest. As much as we are planning to indulge our government, make our voice to be heard, I feel there should be a place of proper planning. Because what actually happened in 2020 was as a result of some hoodlums in Nigeria actually hijacking a peaceful protest that it was meant to be, and it became a bloody protest that left a very bad footprint in the heart of every single Nigerian. We're not against protests, but we feel there should be a place, just like I said, there should be a place of proper planning. Okay, this is what we want to do, this is how we want it to go, so that it will not result to the NSAS protest that took lives of promising Nigerians. Alright, now it will interest you to know that this planned protest to be carried out by Nigerian youth come August 2024, in order to call our governance to book and tell them, okay, this is not right, we're actually suffering, we're going through a lot as a people. You know, just like I earlier said, if you have money in Nigeria, you're actually a citizen, but if you don't have money, you're regarded as the masses. Alright, now this particular protest that is yet to actually take place has been tagged to some top personnel in our dearest nation, Nigeria. And one of the persons that this particular protest has been tagged to is the presidential candidate of Labour Party in person of Peter Obi. Now, we all know that Peter Obi is one of the frontliners when it comes to criticizing the Tinubu-led administration. in as much as he's not the only one, we've had the likes of our former vice president Atiku Abubakar actually attacking this particular government and saying, okay, this is what you should do. He even came out with a 5-point agenda and presenting it to the presidency and say, okay, this is what you should actually put in place. Peter Obi has also been one of that person that has been very, very outspoken when it comes to the activities of this present administration. Would it actually be the reason why this peaceful protest has been tagged to him? Now, in his peaceful response, he said he actually forgives those that are tagging him to this protest. He doesn't have a hand in it. In as much as he has been on the critics area about this particular governance, but when it comes to this peaceful protest, his hands are off. And he's saying in his words exactly that he actually forgives those that are actually tagging this peaceful protest by Nigerian youth to Peter Obi. Alright, now moving away from the peaceful protest that is coming up on the 1st to 10th of August 2024, it will interest you to know that for the first time in the history of our dearest nation, Nigeria, our senators are actually crying. And they'll be wondering why are they crying now. One of the persons we have opportunity to speak to today actually said that in as much as they are senators, we sent them there to actually represent us. They don't speak on our behalf. Their voices have not actually been heard regarding the people that sent them there. But for the first time, they are crying that, okay, their voices are not being heard personally for themselves. That's to say, in their words exactly, that the presidency, as led by our dearest president, Tinubu, is actually taking up every decision regarding the activities of the nation, that they don't have a say. That's to say, they are just there as figureheads. Now, they stated good examples of some senators that actually spoke out, that aired out their opinions regarding the last budget. Some senators were of the opinion that, okay, the budget is too padded. Okay, this is what we should do. And all of a sudden, they were suspended. And funny enough, we still remember our dearest senator, Ndume, which was just suspended for actually attacking this particular administration. So it is not actually false news that our senators have been put on bars. They are just there as figureheads. Now they are crying out that they don't have a say, in as much as they are just sitting there as senators when it comes to decisions regarding the activities of the nation. It is just the presidency that actually makes those decisions. They are just there as figureheads. Now, owing to this response by our senators, or would I say owing to the cry by our senators, one will actually wonder, is the godfatherism factor actually playing out in the heart of our senators, that all of a sudden they're actually crying? We all know the side effects that godfatherism has actually played out in our dearest nation, Nigeria. Now, it is very common to, should I say, the very common man on the street understands the way politics are being played now. Okay, I gave you a right hand of fellowship and I expect you to be very loyal to me. Could this actually be the reason why the presidency actually has an upper hand when it comes to making decisions in the three arms of government? Just like we know that the three arms of government do have their own decisions, do have their own roles, do have their own duties. The executive do have their own roles and duties when it comes to decision making in the state and the federation at large. It is actually wrong for one arm of the government to actually make decisions for the other arm of the government, or try to step in to the activities of the other arms of government. Now, we feel as Nigerians, the reason why we have the three arms of government is for dividends of democracy. That's to say, okay, it's for dividends of democracy. And to simply put it, just like I keep saying, it's for division of labor. I can't carry out the job of this other arm of government and give it to the other arm of government. The reason why there are three is that the workload will actually reduce and everybody will also have a stand. So we feel the reason why we have the three arms of government in our dearest nation, Nigeria, is simply put for checks and balances. So it is quite funny for our senators to finally cry out and say, okay, they are just there as figureheads, that the presidency is actually making every single decision. So at this point, we feel the best remedy is to take away the godfatherism, because this is actually what is playing in the hearts of our senators, that all of a sudden they are now crying out and saying that Nigerians, we are just here as representatives, we are not doing anything. So at this point, we are hoping and praying that, okay, the final resolution comes to this, because we cannot be sending representatives out there and yet they are just there as figureheads while the president makes decisions for them. It is quite wrong. Alright, this is all we have for you regarding the headlines that are making round this very day. Remember, you also can be part of this show. If you're yet to subscribe, just like I keep saying, I don't know what you're waiting for. Do you want to subscribe? Follow us up on all our social media handles so that you get updated each time we drop videos like this. My name is Ayokeme and this has been the CIA Corner here on TAF TV. Do you want to take care of yourself?